Welcome class 8 in our e-learning class. Today we will proceed with the next part of the chapter Understanding Marginalization. You come to page number 87. Come to page number 87. Just wait. Okay. So, minorities and marginalization. In Unit 1, you read that the Constitution provides safeguards to religious and linguistic minorities as part of our fundamental rights. Why do you think these minority groups have been provided these safeguards so that they can stay in a peaceful manner in the country? Nobody creates any sort of disturbances regarding their religion or regarding their language. The term minority is most commonly used to refer to communities that are numerically small in relation to the rest of the population. However, it is a concept that goes well beyond numbers. It encompasses issues of power, access to resources, and has social and cultural dimensions. As you read in Unit 1, the Indian Constitution recognized that the culture of the majority influences the way in which a society and government might express themselves. In such cases, size can be a disadvantage and lead to the marginalization of the relatively smaller communities. Thus, safeguards are needed to protect minority communities against the possibility of being culturally dominated by the majority. This is prevalent everywhere. The power which is, that means the group which is having more people there, it is more powerful. That means it can dominate easily any other group which is having small members there, or they can just get outnumbered. Okay. They also protect them against any discrimination and disadvantage that they may face. Given certain conditions, communities that are small in number relative to the rest of society may feel insecure about their lives, assets, and well being. This sense of insecurity may get accentuated if the relations between the minority and majority communities are fraught. So children, the meaning of accentuated, you can write down prominent or noticeable. Prominent or noticeable. If the relations between the minority and majority communities are fraught, fraught means anxious. Okay. The Constitution provides these safeguards because it is committed to protecting India's cultural diversity and promoting equality as well as justice. As you have already read in chapter 5, the judiciary plays a crucial role in upholding the law and enforcing fundamental rights. We have seen that there lies the important role of judiciary, which can just uphold the law and enforce fundamental rights. Every citizen of India can approach the courts if they believe that their fundamental rights have been violated. Now let us understand marginalization in the context of Muslim community. Muslims and marginalization. According to 2001 census, Muslims are 13.4% of India's population and are considered to be a marginalized community in India today because in comparison to other communities, they have over the years been deprived of the benefits of socio-economic development. The data in the three tables below, derived from different sources, indicate the situation of the Muslim community with regard to basic amenities, literacy, and public employment. Read the tables below. What do you think these tables tell us about the socio-economic status of the Muslim community? This might not match with my book because my one is the oldest edition and you are having a new edition or current edition. So you will read and you will see what sort of differences there. Recognizing that Muslims in India were lagging behind in terms of various development indicators, the government set up a high-level committee in 2005. Underline in which year it was done. In 2005, high-level committee was done, chaired by Justice Rajinder Sachhar. This one also you underline who was the justice at that time. The committee examined the social, economic, and educational status of the Muslim community in India. The report discusses in detail the marginalization of this community. It suggests that on a range of social, economic, and educational indicators, the situation of the Muslim community is comparable to that of other marginalized communities like scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. That means it was just almost same. For example, according to the report, the average years of schooling for Muslim children between the ages of 17 to 16 is much lower than that of the socio-religious communities. Economic and social marginalization experienced by Muslims has other dimensions as well. Like other minorities, Muslim customs and practices are sometimes quite distinct from what is seen in the mainstream. Some not all Muslims may wear a burqa, sport a long beard, sport a long beard, wear a face, and this become ways to identify all Muslims. Because of this, they tend to be identified differently, and some people think they are not like the rest of us. Of Often this becomes an excuse to treat them unfairly and discriminate against them. Do you remember reading in your class 7 book about how the Ansaris were finding it difficult to rent a house because they used to have or used to take non-veg food? Not this one. This was the excuse given by one of that owner of the apartments. Rather, it was their name which was the problem for them to get a house on rent. Okay. This social marginalization of Muslims in some instances has led to them migrating from places where they have lived, often leading to the ghettoization of the community. Sometimes this prejudice leads to hatred and violence. Give a tick up to here, and in our next class we will proceed with the next part of the chapter. Okay, just wait. So children, before leaving, let us just know the meaning of ghettoization. Ghettoization. This is the word ghettoize, and from ghettoize, ghettoization. So ghettoization meaning a ghetto is an area or locality that is populated largely by members of a particular community. Ghettoization refers to the process that leads to such a situation. This may occur due to various social, cultural, and economic reasons. Fear or hostility may also compel a community to group together as they feel more secure living amongst their own. Often a ghettoized community has few options of moving out, which may lead to them becoming alienated from the rest of the society. So this is the meaning of ghettoization, and with this our class ends here. So I hope that you will read properly, and if you are having any query or doubt, you will definitely ask me through the e-portal. Bye all of you.